Hi, it's Hazel, and welcome to my channel, Hazel and Aka Design. This is essentially a book haul video, but I have these few miscellaneous items, so I'll start with those. But before I get to that, let me welcome you here and thank you for your presence, for your subscriptions, for your thumbs up, for your comments. That is the way that I get to know who you are, and it prevents me from talking to myself. I am going to try to separate haul videos from now on into books, and sometimes that might mean saving up a few different purchases to make a dedicated book haul. I know that a lot of you as subbies and as viewers love books as much as I do, have been probably collecting books as long as I have, and very much are interested in seeing beautiful books, whether they are intended for, ripping into and using in paper crafting and journal making, or whether they are collector quality or sentimental, nostalgic, whatever criteria we each use for deciding what is off limits. So let's start. These teeny weeny little Christmas, so that's like a Christmas sleigh, and these couple of deer I obviously will add to my Christmas stash. They weren't a lot of money. And, just a heads up or a reminder that there will be, Carol from the Crinkled Path is going to be doing a Christmas in July thing. I'm involved in a way, so I will be bringing you more information as that becomes available. You can just tell by this packaging that this thing is old. It's, whoa, it's substantial. I don't think there's a date on here. I paid $1 for it, and I'll add it to my stamp collection. Maybe there's a date under this price tag. God, I hate the stickers that some places use. Anyway, this, it's hefty. The brand is Rogers, and it says time and date. So, it looks like, looky there. You open it up to change the date. Now, let's see what the latest date is here. Probably 97, because that's what I saw on the bottom of the box. 96, 97. 98. 99. 2000. Remember Y2K? Wasn't that a fun time in our lives? Okay, so 2000 is when it goes up to. And it's just a date stamp. But then on the, maybe I could break it before I even try it. On the outside, now how do we make this work? There appears to be, maybe it doesn't turn. See, there's this arrow and like a clock dial. Okay, 12. So how? Or maybe you then... Okay, so this is what, if I can get this price tag off, this is what the stamp looks like. I don't have a stamp. I don't want to dirty that thing up just now. Okay, that's the thing that opened it up. I don't understand. Anyway, I don't know then if you circle the time that you received it, because it does say time. Anyway, I will add this to my stamp collection. We can't waste any more time on that. Now this is called the Remnants Collection, and of course $1 was probably too much to pay for this, but I wanted it because I thought cool piece of vellum. I don't know if you can see that, but look, it's sort of florally. Florally, that's a word, you know. I will throw this out. It looks kind of grungy. So, oh, these are crisp, man. So there are these tiny little remnants. So I don't know what the intention was here. If this was to be used in a dollhouse. And I suggested to Pam Van E in a comment that she create a playlist for her dollhouse videos, because when I searched, I couldn't easily find them. And, you know, sometimes if something takes too long, you just abandon the idea. So I never went back and looked for them. I don't know if she created the list or not, to be honest. I don't know why this is gobbed up here, but it's going to wreck this finish on this velveteen. Oh, this is my color, by the way. So that's a glue blob, in case you were wondering. So I will obviously use these things. I'll use this. I started to say, and I've said this before, way back in the 80s when my mom and I had a bricks and mortar store, craft store, flower shop, custom framing. We attended trade fairs, of course, and had the opportunity, well, obviously dealt with wholesales. That was the only way you could make a living. And basically what that meant is that I had this illusion that at some point I would have the time and the space, because our house was pretty small at that time, to build a dollhouse from scratch. And of course, did I pick a little old bungalow kit? No, of course not. I picked a 2-story Victorian with an add-on, you know, veranda and not a lean-to, because that doesn't sound very sophisticated, but a sort of a structure on the side. Anyway, while I'm talking, I should be telling you what this is. So it says personal library kit, 40 checkout cards, 40 checkout card pockets, custom date stamp. Okay, so what does this say? So it's got 2034? Holy cow. Oh no, 20. Oh, I can't see that. Now this says 2023. So maybe that just says 2024. 2033. Oh my goodness. So this is obviously way into the future. This seems to be kind of maybe poorly made, dare I say. And I guess this is a little stamp pad. Ugh. Okay, so cute little box. Too bad it's so grungy looking. Anyway, this was originally sold at Indigo Books, which is a Canadian chain of bookstores, for $30. I paid $5. So let's see what we have here. So these must be the 40 cards. Doesn't hurt my feelings one little bit that they have this mauve thing at the side. Let's pry this thing out of here and see how useful. Oh, see, the box is even finished. Must have been worth $30. Because won't this be a cute little drawer type thing to use? You know, this would have to be covered because that's kind of dirty looking. And anyway, you know where I'm going with that. So this cardboard can obviously be cut those flaps off. Oh, cut one flap off and have a gusseted pocket. Anyway, that's not what we're here about. So these are cute little. Oh, I see. Oh, and it's even got 2 sticky strips. So you'd open that up And you'd stick this in there. Hey, I'll have to put this in my purple journal. Anyway, okay, let's put this away for the time being. Sorry. I got sidetracked. I try not to be one of those squirrel people, but sometimes that's exactly what happens. Oh, and there's a pencil as well. Okay, put this away, put this aside, and bring in the books, because that's really why we're here today. Okay, we're almost there, guys. Okay. Now well, maybe I'll start with the one that's creating a little bit of chaos here on the side. And that's this one. Now, we know that there are a lot of people buying, and I'm one of them, I guess, those checkered, those gingham covered binder journals from, is it Good Housekeeping or Better? I think Good Housekeeping. And people left and right are turning them into like homemaking type journals. You know what I'm doing. I'm getting a ruler. This one is 10 by 8. I've never seen this before. I don't know what Simply Delicious is. Kind of a really unattractive cover, in my opinion. It does have this little bracket here that I guess prevents these rings from, well, it gives the rings a place to sit when it's closed, you know, like so. The pages themselves, that's not a date. The pages themselves are in great condition. They are all, every single one of them is a heavier weight. Oh, just a minute. Here's Roman numerals. Okay, M is 1,000, C is 100. Depending on where you put the X and the V, depends on whether it's less than or more than. So that is beyond me. Anyway, I'll Google it later. So, I mean, clearly there are so many possibilities here. And maybe just to be different, because you know, sometimes you have to march to your own drummer. Otherwise, you're just lost in the crowd with everyone else. Maybe this will be the first cooking type journal that I do. And goodness knows there's enough material here to last for many, many projects. Okay. Now the rest of these should sit better. Okay. Let's do this one. I like this because it's purple, because it fits in your hand nicely. It says pocketbook of one-liners and sound advice. And who doesn't need that? 6 1/4 by 3 7/8. Oh, look at that orange. 2017 in the UK. So lessons in love, food, no, friends, family, and fools. Oh, okay, we all know some of those. Working it, some worries. Second that emotion, that's life, decorations, and distractions. So the pages are pretty bold. Okay, so let's just round, okay, green-eyed monster. A lot of effort for someone else's gain. Just because you don't know about their problems doesn't mean they don't have any. Jealousy is the art of counting someone else's blessings instead of your own. You can't have everything. Where would you put it? Well, truer words were never spoken in this crafting business. Their life was a dream once too. If the grass, oh, here's a good one. If the grass is greener on the other side, you can bet the water bill is higher. Never trust a person who isn't having at least one crisis. Oh, okay, this is, ignore the happy, smiling housewives on TV using a new cleaning product. Buy the pills they must be on instead. Is that not priceless? Never compare your life's journey with anyone else's. Your journey is your journey, not a competition. Okay, the grass is only greener on the other side because there's so much crap over there to fertilize it. Sometimes you're ahead, sometimes you're behind. See, we would never spell fertilize with an S. Anyway, I think I should have this at my bedside. Okay, when you own the shoulder that others cry on this, when you own the shoulder that others cry on, this collection of advice, truisms, and banter will show you understand how the world works and how to live with it, deal with it, or move on. That has to be bedtime reading. Although, can you sleep if you've just been laughing? I'm not sure. This one is, it feels like suede, but of course it wouldn't be. It's actually in nice condition. Love is a grandmother. Just over 6, almost 4. Oh, this is like parchment-y type paper. To Ryan's new grandmother. Okay, 1985. Oh, so this book is being passed. Oh, that's kind of cool. And I can't believe that it's not all gross. Okay, what was the original year? 84. So it's got, the pages are very crisp, sort of. Pam Brown. Oh, I love her. I didn't realize she was an illustrator. If it's the same Pam Brown. I didn't realize she's an illustrator. She definitely has a lot of quotes, particularly about love. I work some of those into my marriage ceremonies. Okay, that's just acknowledgments. So black and white photos. Charlotte Gray, that's another name I know. Another Pam Brown. Pam Brown. I guess she's talking, you know, love is love, whether it's for a partner or for a child. Oh my goodness. What a wrinkly little face. Anyway, love that. Okay, this one, I picked it up just because, well, it looked interesting. And then oh, here's a star. Can you tell I have some stickers beside me here? Okay, this one is a coil-bound book, 8 and a bit by 4 7/8. And look, it's got the magnetic poetry. Now I have, of course, I was a sucker for this. I have a bunch of these that I bought when this was the rage, when somebody, some smart aleck, sorry, thought that we were all going to become fridge poets. Okay, portable magnetic poetic tool, more than 100 magnetic nouns, verbs, blah, 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 packed and blah, use it alone in combination, blah, 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 blah. So, looks like they've done some poetry, or somebody has done. Okay, so oh, these are kids. Hot pants, fiddle gown, purple pound, latherly luscious, shake it girl, not so fast, go on gorgeous, tell me how you like it, want on, never stop. And you. So, you know, obviously it's not only Ode to shoe shopping. I stare, I worship and drool. Do they have my size? Frantic, I want. I scream when the woman says, no tiny feet. Okay, I see a rose in a garden. Its petals are tiny and red. A light rain falls down from the sky and cools its lovely head. So sometimes they've got the images of the, whatchamacallit, the actual little magnets, or... So this is worth... Celebrity one-liners. Yeah. Some of this may look a little bit maybe adult content. I'm not sure. They should have sold it to me. Okay, let's do some oldies. This one is The Adventures of Freddy Fox by Thornton W. Burgess. Almost 7 by 4 5/8. The bedtime storybooks. Okay, let's see the actual 1919. So it's got some, you know, wear and foxing and so on that you would expect in a book this age. Not the greatest condition, but isn't that kind of why we like these books? Can you imagine if anyone was designing book covers like this now? It would be such a treat. Yeah, I'm not sure this cover is worthy of reusing because it is pretty worn, but I said yes to that one. This one is from the companion library, and it's Heidis Children. It's slightly bigger, 7.5 by 5. This would make a great, who stuck this here and why? Why? Anyway, this book, obviously beautiful foxing. This cover, because it's in great shape, would be a good candidate for repurposing. 1939. And of course, because I've got a number of books like this, I've got vintage book pages just could be drowning in them. So I'm going to have to make a concerted effort to begin using them. Pretty cute illustrations, though. Of course, none of this is scannable because it's still too new. Okay, I was at a flea market the other day, and you know, the guy had way too much modern stuff. This, by the way, says DRP Grain Code. So that kind of perked me up. Almost 7 by a little over 4. Look at these cute tabs. Anyway, I said to him, oh, so do you have anything like hidden in your drawers? And this guy, not that old, but he was so hard of hearing. So, you know, there's nothing worse than having a clever one-liner and the guy's all confused and you have to say it twice more before he hears it. Sort of loses, you know, like comedic timing, baby. Sort of loses a bit of its appeal by the time you lose a little whatever by the time you've had to say it 3 times. So this is 1939. Now, I was flipping through this. This came from the McCabe Grain Company in Winnipeg, Manitoba. For the life of me, now I didn't read it all, but for the life of me, I could not figure out what the heck this meant. So, of course, it does talk about grain, but why, oh why, does it Could it be because it was wartime? Okay, I might. Cipher words. Oh my goodness. I'm thinking this doesn't make a bit of sense. Like if you're talking about wheat, would you talk about azure or axiom or baggage? Would you talk, if you were talking fractions, would you talk about barberry or barnacle? Now that makes some sense. I guess this was to... Okay, gladly, this code word has been included to warn you that some word or words in this telegram are made up from the 5-letter code, which is explained on page 149. Watch for such word or words when decoding your message. Oh. Looks like I have to read that at bedtime too. That is a treasure that I didn't even know I had. Okay, you know I love burgundy. Now this book has some damage. Again, it's not mold or anything, so that's okay. Child Rhymes, James Whitcomb Riley. Who's Your Pictures by Will Vater? Okay. What year? Look how cute that is. Okay, 1890, last publication. This, okay, copyright 1920. But the original was 1890. This book is in awesome condition. Consider, even if it is 1920, that's still over 100 years. So it looks like it's essentially poetry with these beautiful... Look at those boys. They can be up to no good. I can just tell by the looks of them. Dad's feet hurt there. Oh, look at those pigs. When I was a kid, we had pigs on the family farm, because that, of course, was a time when, you know, you needed to feed your family. So we had cows, pigs, chickens. As a married couple, we never had anything other than cattle, beef cattle. But I have to say, pigs, baby pigs, now again, a disclaimer or a caveat to that. They've got to be the short-nosed one. They are, when they're like big enough to fit in your hand or small enough to fit in your hand, they are the cutest little pink things on the planet. And you can take my word for that. Anyway, a beautiful book. 4 more. We'll do these 2 next. Healing and calming. Practical. Okay, this one, practical ways to find your own way. Practical ways to relax your body and calm. Oh my goodness. English is my first language. To calm your mind. So, this is obviously quite new, but look at these. And it's matte paper. 2016. Oh, so this would have been probably something that got a grant or was done as a celebration of Canada's 150th. And the nice, 10 Commandments of Healing. Oh, you know what? They had several copies of this. I wish I would have bought more, and I might have to go back. Because this is the kind of thing that is nice to share. And of course, you know, I love a portrait page. No, a landscape page. 8.5. And because the pages are matte and it's so dramatic, you know, white on black. Yeah, I'm going to have to get more of these. Okay, so that was healing. Goodness knows we can all use help with that. And then calming. I got the feeling that there was a series, but I couldn't find other varieties of titles. Oh, this is older, 2007. So same, I guess, legacy, yeah, same publisher, but different era. Look at that iris. See, now this is not as good for using because you have to make a choice. Oh, you know that. We used to do something similar in my mom and dad's bakery. That bread was so popular. I don't know if it was the very act of twisting it and braiding it that made it taste even better than the scratch bread that my mom and dad made. Yeah, I'm going back for more of these. Okay. Well, maybe let's do this one next. Okay, so even I, and probably you as well, could tell that this is a dictionary. It's Romanian and Ukrainian. And then it's Ukrainian. Oh, well, and, oh, it's still... So this must be Romanian. This is Ukrainian, because dictionary is Slovenic. So, look at this. Oh, this is kind of interesting paper. 1963. Science of Teaching, oh, somebody translated that. Science of Teaching is what that says. Oh, cool. 1981. This paper is old. What did I say? 63. So it's not terribly old. Oh, something else. Just an envelope, maybe for that cross. Not terribly old, but you can just tell that it is not great quality. You know, it almost feels like not newsprint exactly, but close to newsprint. So, of course, I love books like this because it just seems to add a bit of, now is it for the recipes? Oh, it's for these stamps probably. Stamps honoring fungi. We don't know what year. 38 cents postage, so that has to be a while ago. Somebody was practicing some printing. We know that just adding or at least I feel that adding foreign language to your collage or whatever automatically glams it up and makes it more interesting. Very happy with that. Cool. Okay, and then the final one I'll show you today in this video is John James Audubon, The Essential Audubon by Annette Blogrand. Whoa, that's bright. But the dust cover has kept it be an art expert in 5 minutes. Yeah, that's about as much time as we have, too. Okay, what is the 1999? 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. Okay, so we have John James. Okay. Beautiful images. This is from the 1830s. Lucy. Oh, so she was the wife of John, James. So, of course, any of these... Oh, that's a woodchuck. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Remember, oh, maybe that wasn't a thing when you were in school, but that was, those tongue twisters, that was a thing. Okay. Blue jay. That doesn't look, okay, turkey vulture. No wonder it's not very pretty. I've seen a turkey vulture in real life. Ooh. That's a black vulture feasting on somebody. Something, I mean, well, an animal. Cool. He didn't exactly focus on the pretty ones, did he? Spoonbill. Okay, this is unfinished. Okay. Great cormorant. I've seen cormorants too. Oh no. Yeah, cormorant. Detail from the great cormorant. 1883, 1884, watercolor graphite gouache glazing on paper. Painted in Labrador. The first time I saw a cormorant was when our very first trip to Mexico. And, you know, it's funny, for prairie people, and in my case, well, my husband, well, both my husband and I, neither of us can swim. That wasn't a thing. That wasn't an option back in the day. Luckily, by the time our kids were in school, you know, the Lions Club or whoever would subsidize the cost of a school bus to take classes to, you know, the 50 kilometers to the nearest town with a swimming pool. So the kids do know how to swim. However, we don't. So I find it ironic, and I've said this more than once, I know, maybe not on video. How dumb is it that people who can't swim would stay away from boats as a rule, would go to a foreign country and, you know, where there's a language issue, and get into boats with people. And who knows when the last time some of these things were serviced, or, you know, like, it just, like, it blows my mind that we've never died on an excursion somewhere. Anyway, the first time I saw a cormorant was on that tour. And then I saw cormorants. Like, we have a gravel pit on our home quarter. So, of course, when the guy, you know, that is excavating the gravel and crushing it, digs it out of the ground, there's a big hole left. Well, in our case, we were lucky that we have a high water table and a spring, and because it's spring fed, it filled up this gigantic hole with water. So, yeah, I've seen a cormorant around that, what we like to call Lake Anaka. Anyway, yeah, they are they're huge, and I was surprised that there could be the same bird in Mexico and here in sort of central Alberta. Anyway, these are gorgeous, and they are a good size to use, you know, to make cards or whatever. So anyway, guys, that is it for today. If you love books as much as I do, and if you've never taken the time to check out my series, my playlist called What's in My Bookcase, you may really enjoy that, because it was my attempt over several Sundays, several months, to show you what is in my bookcase. And that was, yeah, basically, I'd organized my bookcase by subject matter. So birds, cookbooks, art books, animals. What were some of the other categories? Anyway, so I, week after week, would show you some titles from those sections. Anyway, I am particularly pleased with these books that I've gotten, and I hope you very much enjoyed it. So thanks, and yeah, I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.